So what we are listening, we're listening to some recordings of Nagaraj, and let's listen again.
By using that
one realizing its nature depends on the evolution of the Geva.
the evolution is under your control now.
Under my control?
The evolution is under my control.
My control.
Means if I have the strong yearning, the will to go within, that accelerates the evolution. If I don't have that will to go within, it's not going to accelerate the evolution. So it depends on the maturity
Of the mind.
of the mind. And what ripens the mind is hearing the knowledge, being around, being that it awakens, it inspires you, and your determination.
So then it is the four gates.
And that brings also four gates that in the Vashista he talks.
Yes.
Whether it's self-control, which we can open it. The other one is contentment, inquiry into the self, and satsanga, being around an awakened being, wise, which means being around the knowledge, because the knowledge always, the self-knowledge always brings the mind back to yourself, which is absolute knowledge, which is absolute, has nothing to do with the relative. So that's he's pointing that. Let's hear what he says.
You are responsible for yourself now.
You're responsible for your thoughts. So if I look at responsibility, I'm not responsible for the thoughts because the thoughts are not mine. I'm responsible to discriminate the thoughts. Yes. I'm responsible to inquire if the thoughts are real. And I'm responsible to find what's the evidence that I am the one who is even thinking these thoughts. I'm responsible to shift the attention from the thoughts. I'm responsible to recognize if there are if the thoughts are believed to be real, and who is the one who is believing them. Is there an entity that believes them? Am I that entity? That's the only responsible that I can see. To be responsible to my thoughts, that means I personalize the thoughts, and I recognize that thoughts are not personal. Thoughts appear and disappear, appear and disappear. It's saying that the raindrops are personal. Raindrops are not personal. Yeah, some touches a particular body and some don't. Yet, does it make the raindrops personal? No, it's a raindrop. So I see responsibility is what is the attitude that there is within me towards the thoughts that appear within the field of awareness, which this is who I am. I am always the field of awareness where thoughts appear and disappear. Yeah? I would never become the field of awareness because I am never other than the field of awareness. Yes? All the rest is just a false notion, imagining itself, believing itself to be me. Yet that's just a habit playing itself out, and the responsibility to see if there is a believer there, if they have meaning, because when a thought does not have power if they are not believed to be true, because the real power is awareness, is the source, which is you. There is no other power. So a thought appears to be powerful because it is believed to be real. It is believed to be as reality, when there is only one reality, which is the presence of awareness, which is yourself. There's no other, there's no two selves. So that's how I look at responsibility.
Without the experience of yourself, of awareness, there appears to be a believer.
So you challenge that believer. If you don't gonna start to challenge and question that believer, who is gonna question it?
No one.
Good. So that's responsibility. If one would say, as from a standpoint of a believer, my responsibility as a believer to question the belief. Like Francis Lucille talks about this, and it's good he's bringing this from another vantage point. We can listen to it. He says, there is two in the Dharma. It's good because what I'm doing is similar to what I experienced through Nagaraj. He exposed me to different scriptures. I had to go within and discriminate. So I can use different beings, even that share. I don't care whether they are awakened or not. Obviously, they would point to truth. And then I'd like that you come to the realization from within about it. So you're going to have a discriminative mind to negate what is irrelevant.
Why would I question the believer who I believe is me?
Because you're exposed to knowledge,
The
who
knowledge.
tells you that whatever you believe has nothing to do with you. So find out who you are and examine what appears to be yourself.
Because it creates the knowledge, creates a question.
It awakens.
And awake that.
Yeah, it awakens.
I call it caused a question. Said, is this true?
Yeah. It awakens the wisdom inside you that question every belief that arises within you.
I hear like not arise. Hear the word you got to take responsibility. All of a sudden, a flag
Okay.
goes up.
Except when you hear the knowledge, you're actually listening to word, yet you sense a presence within you, which is self-knowledge. That presence within you right now is the true knowledge, yet it is experiential, a sense-felt experience, isn't it?
Yes.
That's so we are talking, apparently, yet you are listening simultaneously to two things. One, your ears hear noise, words, and there is an awareness that is aware of itself simultaneously, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, this is what hearing the knowledge supposed to be. So it doesn't leave you intellectual, isn't it? Is it experiential?
It's experience. It's not intellectual.
Ah, okay. That's the difference. This is what's supposed to be satsanga,
Oh, this is
right?
yes.
Because otherwise we would talk and it would be just a lecture.
Yes.
So a lecture you might write notes and you will come more intellectual, yet if you don't start paying attention to your innermost experience as the discussion is happening, you overlook the essential.
What about when you hear the knowledge, even though you might sort of miss a word here and there, but you are actually hearing it, and you know it for true, and you have no question?
Except that's not important, because what's essential is the sense of beingness right now that is absolutely still and aware, looking through your eyes, isn't it? What is that? Yeah, good. So there's nothing to ask. Fix the attention on that. This is going through, it's abiding or fixing the attention within yourself while being, listening, discussing.
With
Yes.
the words that
Yeah.
they're going in, but
Yeah,
It's
they,
okay.
they plant the seeds. So there is a saying, some words perpetuate ignorance and some words removes ignorance. You have to determine what perpetuates within you ignorance, and you have to determine what removes ignorance. The one that perpetuate, don't keep entertaining them.
You have to be very selective.
Discriminative.
Discriminate.
The ones who remove the ignorance, they are welcome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would know other than you?
No.
So the one who share might recognize it. Who share, because I can share something that would perpetuate and share something that would bring you right back to you.
Yes.
This is direct, isn't it? It has to be direct into you, not into a story of the future. See, when I say that there is future, that means that I believe the past is real. Isn't it?
Yeah. But since the
Because
past is all thought, how can it be real?
so the past is unreal, right?
Yes.
So is there a real future?
No.
So where is the karma?
There is no karma.
Right. It's non-existent unless you believe it into existence.
True, to be true.
You
Yes.
believe it into existence. Once you believe it into existence, it has power. And once it has power, it manifests. Because you give it the power. You, as the presence of awareness, you are the source of all power.
So you have to be able to discriminate what you read even.
Of course. The knowledge has to do this job. Awaken the ability to discriminate.